deep understanding. And I seek with a passion your heart of compassion for love everlasting. I'm deeply attracted, your word draws me close, my soul is a magnet. Lord, take me captive and conquer my heart with your loving tactics. I'm truly yours, my king I adore, I need you more. So majestic, magnificent, God omnipotent, Lord, you're infinite. Draw nigh to me, cause not a day goes by I won't long for thee, almighty. Lord, invite me into the depths of your chambers where your glory shines brightly. Like Valentine's Day with you. And your love is so awesome, sweeter than chocolate, boggles my logic. And it's free for all, so inclusive, heed the call. No need to brawl, surrender your life and receive it all. Get locked away, forget about hours, don't count the days, oh no. Get lost in him to a point that there's no time for sin. No more hopelessness or worthlessness where love exists. It's honey to my lips, water to my soul when you plunge me in your bliss.
The pain is gone, your rain has come. So I sing this song, your banner over me is love. Rain down your love, rain down your love, rain down. Let your river flow, don't stop it now. The pain is gone, your rain has come. So I sing this song, your banner over me is love. Rain down your love, rain down your love, rain down. Let your river flow, don't stop it now. Don't stop it, don't stop it, no, don't stop it.
Yeah, we swinging jawbones. Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging jawbones. Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging.
Yo, I got a calling on my life, so you know the devil tempting me. A battle rages on, I got a shield of faith protecting me. These hands were meant to heal. Right now they might bless some teeth. Catch my shortest sermon ever, rest in peace. Put hell up on their GPS, I'm taking them all home. Swinging like Samson with the jawbone. Like David Raisin, Goliath said to the sky, we swinging for the Most High's throne till we fly home. Entertainment, homie, this is ministry. We soldiers in an infantry that's living for infinity. Forget the world's lies, we march into a different beat. We here to slay the giants in this industry, forget defeat. Man, we thumping through the jungles, showing hope to those stuck up in their struggles, and showing love to those coming from the rubble, rising up together, locking arms, running through our troubles. Let's go now. Victory be the mind state. Death was defeated, 3 days was the time frame. An empty tomb, a virgin womb. Jesus is the only one we're looking to who can reduce the crime rate. So we're bringing them to every block we posted on 4 walls. That's exactly what we go beyond. Eagles in the sky, watch us fly as we soar along. New recruits added daily, just enjoy the song.
Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging jawbones. Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging.
Satan's faculty is massive deep. And they are actively attacking me. They wanna snatch my peace and see me stressed from a lack of sleep. They're mad cause we impacting these kids when we rap the beats. We point them to our majesty and he will set them shackles free. Go and tell them I'm not a stranger to this savagery. I will happily accept their challenge cause I snack on beef. I'm Samson with a jawbone swinging like Agassi, holding his tennis racket. Be the impact of me smashing teeth. My enemies will be laid out unconscious at my feet as I wave his banner and woven into the tapestry is the blood of Christ. This is what happens when passion meets his Holy Spirit and his strength. There are no match for me. So heed the message from me and settlers. We suggest that you be aggressive to seek the blessed King when you're being tested. When you see Jesus' peace, it's not like when you see a necklace. It means you see him stop your storms and then redirect it. In trials, he's the one I call on. He'll take a group of average disciples and make them all strong. He can turn the man into David throwing hard stones. Moses with a staff, Samson with a jawbone. Gideon looking at his army, sending them all home. Except for 300 into victory, he'd march on. Yeah, man, I pray you get the gist of these bars. When the Father's on your side, there is victory.
Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging jawbones. Yeah, we swinging. Yeah, we swinging. You dig?
Yo, we are live. It's your boy Crescendo. It's the hype. We got Chris Soul in the studio. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good.
I know it's been a minute. It's been a minute since we linked. Everything that's been going on, it's been crazy. Setting up interviews has been a little difficult sometimes. People have to do it through Zoom and whatnot, but I'm glad to have you in the studio.
Yeah, no problem.
Man, I'm super excited. You got an EP dropping.
Yeah, next Friday on the 16th, dropping my first EP since
Forgotten, right?
since Forgotten. That was the first project I've ever put out completely, like as an artist. So
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
Man, it's dope to see the music coming together, the collaborations going down. How's everything been going with that? How do you feel like the music's been going through all this mess and everything like that? Do you feel like you've been a little bit more productive because of this, or what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, ever since like with everything that's going on, like COVID and all that stuff, you kind of do have a little more time to, work on music or even do other things, that you probably never really had time to do before. So it kind of did help in a sense, but at the same time, I kind of like already had on my mind, because I never really took music serious. Like that was like a hobby for me. It wasn't like something I was like, I want to do this full time for the rest of my life. So during this whole time of us just being away, I was like, I want to do music, but I don't want to. I feel like as far as I've been an artist, nobody really knows like who I am personally. So
Yeah.
I was like, I want to do a project to where people understand like my heart and where I'm come from. Because aside from like, the fame and like people knowing who you are and just growing as an artist, I still have a passion to like talk about like God and then like, but in my way of doing it. So it's just like a way for me to be like, let's put all like the cool stuff aside and let's actually, I'm gonna let you know who I am, because behind closed doors, there's a bigger picture to who I am.
That's dope. That's dope. I mean, having that moment and having a heart to heart with your audience and connecting with them, I think that's one of the most powerful things about music. So for me personally, like what I've been discovering over the past couple of weeks, we had the Verb recently, and we did it outdoors.
Yeah.
And what I realized that I miss most about music is, one, the community.
Yeah,
You get to just connect with people, and sometimes you connect with people you've never even met before.
Yeah.
If you're doing a show. Two, besides that community, when you're on stage, you do get to share who you are. You know what I mean? And, maybe not every song is like a song that's pouring out, let's say, your heart.
Yeah.
But people see who you are through your lyrics and through your vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's really dope to see that you're taking this approach, because I know that, when it comes to music nowadays, you know, it could be very quick to just throw out singles and then just be like, you know, just hype music. You know what I mean?
That's pretty much what like I was thinking too. I was like, I'm either gonna make music that impresses people, or I'm gonna make music that I'm happy with, but it also tells about, like I said, who I am and shares my heart. Because like there's a time and a place for everything. That's just the one thing I felt like people didn't connect with me about, which is that. And I was like, the hype stuff was cool. Like Florida Boy, that's on my EP. But there's a reason why that song's on my EP, because that's me. That's a part of who I am. I'm from Florida, and the whole reason behind that song, if you actually listen to it, it's about me like being in a position where I am. This is my stomping grounds in which I feel like I am called to do what I can, you know, to share the message of God here where I'm at, and I'm gonna rep it to the fullest. Like that's how I am. So that's what that song is mainly about. But that's a part of me. So I was like, I gotta put that on there.
Yeah,
it's a piece of me. Not every song is like that, 100%. But there's some like R&B vibes on there that's like really dope. It's a little bit of everything, to be honest. I don't know where it came from, but I'm mainly more so excited to see like where God takes this.
Yeah,
that's the most important thing to me right now, because it's seasons, you know.
Yeah. I feel you. I mean, and I think being vulnerable with your music, that's also probably gonna connect you more with people.
Yeah.
Especially with music nowadays, you don't want like. Don't get me wrong. A good song like Florida Boy is good because like you can like people were like, I love that song, you know, and play it again. But like having a project where they can listen to who you are, I think that's even more important. Yeah. And also to see the versatility too. They want to see the different sides of Chris Soul.
Yeah, there's definitely some different sides on there. But that's good though, because like I feel like we get like in the habit of like making what we're used to making, so we don't even give ourselves a chance to try something different. And shout out to Ivan. He actually produced like 90% of this project. So we were there like at my house, and like he was showing me beats, and I'm like, bro, like I don't know, like this is really dope. I just don't know if I tried something, and then like I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like you wouldn't expect it until you actually try it. So that's where most of that stuff was like birthed. That's where it came from. It was crazy, but yeah, it turned out pretty cool.
That's pretty dope. I do want to play a song by my boy Joseph Munoz. We're gonna play Imitation, and then we'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about the EP, and I'm super excited. Let's go.
Music going overseas, tell my family that I made it. I'm moving to the top, I'll say it again, no debating. They calling me to go, you gotta meet my God, he's been amazing. I've been doing me, I don't copy, no imitation. Music going overseas, tell my family that I made it. I'm moving to the top, I'll say it again, no debating. They calling me to go, you gotta meet my God, he's been amazing. I don't complain, I do this thing when it plays, don't wanna end up in the grave. I keep my head to the sky, I know my soul be safe. You gon' think I go insane, stacking my bills on my Benjamins, I'm never leaving, calling me a resident. I've been doing this a minute like veterans, running this game, better get me my letterman. Love for the music is going beyond, I'm in the pocket, I know where I belong. And everybody, they be knowing my songs never in the same place, I'm moving on. Tunnel vision, no LASIK, counting all my blessings, need cases. I be running tracks, no A6, dodging all the hating like Matrix. I've been doing me, I don't copy, no imitation. Music going overseas, tell my family that I made it. I'm moving to the top, I'll say it again, no debating. They calling me to go, you gotta meet my God, he's been amazing. I've been doing me, I don't copy, no imitation. Music going overseas, tell my family that I made it. I'm moving to the top, I'll say it again, no debating. They calling me to go, you gotta meet my God, he's been amazing.
Yeah, I'm taking this thing overseas. We gotta made it, don't care to be famous, just sing for y'all blessing the streams. Putting in work, I'm tryna grind, hop on the beat and I skate. They say my music is great, I know I cannot debate. Ay, woo. When I'm in the booth, no, I'm locked in. Steady trying to keep my music boxing. Trust fall, I'ma put them in the coffin. Imitating the way, it's an option. option. No copy, we authentic. Boss with it, sauce in it. Guaranteed that it's gonna be a hit with my gods in it, yeah.
I've been doing me, I don't copy, no imitation. Music going overseas, tell my family that I made it. I'm moving to the top, I'll say it again, no debating. They calling me to go, you gotta meet my God, he's been amazing. I've been doing me, I don't copy, no imitation. Music going overseas, tell my family that I made it. I'm moving to the top, I'll say it again, no debating. They calling me to go, you gotta meet my God, he's been amazing.
Yo, we are back live on the hype, and we're with Chris Soul.
What's up?
Hopefully loved.
Yes.
Yo, that's I like the EP title. It's like it kind of draws you in. It makes you want to be like, okay, what's this about? You know?
I kind of wanted to make it like off rip so people know like this ain't no like banger EP. It's not what it's about.
Yeah.
Like the title itself, Hopefully Love, that's just like something, just to go into depth with it. So it was more so like kind of cliche, but not. Like everybody goes through like seasons in their life. There's growth and all that stuff. And it's like, as a Christian, I look at the Christian walk as a progression. You know, everything doesn't happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
So like you're doing all these things and, you know, you're living your life. Serving here and there, trying to fulfill your, you know, walk as believer, you know, and you're just like, although the Bible says, you know, Jesus loves us, I feel like there's always times where we just think like we question it, or we're like, dang, you know, hopefully he still loves me, you know, even though I did this and this.
Yeah.
So that's why like I wanted to connect it to like, this is me, and hopefully you guys love it. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. This is who I am. This is the stuff that I've struggled with. Stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and when you get the chance to be real on a track, I know the audience will connect with it. They will feel it. For me personally, when I write music, I'm the same way. I'm like, I can do hype stuff, but like I kind of like I wanna connect with you on a different level. So it's dope to see both sides and to see the project come together. We know you got some features on there. You want to talk about who you work with?
So I got 3 features on there. One you guys probably already heard. That's Florida Boy. That's what my boy Wolf. He's on there. Shout out Wolf. That song is the way that song actually came about is kind of funny though. I was in the studio and I was just working on music, and I was talking to him on the phone, and I was like, bro, we should do a track. He was like, yo, bro, let's do it. Send me something and we'll do it. And I was like, all right, I'll lay down a hook right now and send it to you. And I laid down a hook that same day, sent it to him. I did my verse, everything. Sent it to him. He sent it back to me like maybe a couple of days, but probably like a week or so later. And then just like that, it was literally just like that.
It just flows.
Yeah, it was simple. It was dope. That's probably like my 3rd or 4th favorite song on there.
Yeah.
But it was like, I knew it was something that people would connect to because, you know, people take pride in where they're from.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. People take pride in where they're from. I take pride in where I'm from. So I actually got a lot of love on that track just because it was called Florida Boy. Like I got a lot of love. Yeah. So I appreciated that a lot. The other track, so I got a track on there with Tori. Shout out to my boy Tori. That song is called Nightfall. That happened like we already had like a friendship before, like we've talked about doing music. I met Tori back at Flavor Fest. I don't know what year that was. It was a while back. I met him at Flavor Fest. We kicked it off. And then that's when I won the video of the year on Rapzilla.
Nice.
And I didn't even know I won that. He actually hit me up and was like, yo, you won this. I don't know if you know this. And I was like, nah, I didn't. And then I was like, yo, that's crazy. And then we just continued to connect from there. We previously tried to work in the past. And like I said, I didn't want to force anything just because, you know, like that's my boy. I want to get a track. You know, I didn't want to force anything. So we worked on stuff, but we didn't really let it, you know, come to, you know, life.
Yeah.
And then we finally, like, I started working on the track here, and I was like, man, I just feel like I shouldn't do this song by myself. I feel like someone should be on this. And he was like the first person that came to my mind. So I pushed it off to him. He was like, yo, this is really dope. Let's do it. He sent me his back in like 2 days. Like, it's dope too. Definitely a different vibe. It's not rappy at all, like at all.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like no rap at all, pretty much. It's really dope. And then the last one I have is with my boy John Keith. That song is actually really crazy. That's probably my favorite song on there. It's either it's like back and forth between my first and second. That song is called His Hands. And John Keith, bro, like, I show him the track, like, again, I show him the track. I already have my verse and the hook done. And this, I was like, I wouldn't say I was like surface level with it, but I kind of made it clear what I was talking about in that song. This man went like whole like story, like he pretty much, it's not like he was like narrating a story of someone's life that fit the song.
Dope.
So I was like, yo, that was like so creative to me, like where he did it. And he didn't, the thing is, it wasn't like a rap either. That one has like a J. Cole vibe to me.
Okay.
So that's like probably like why it's one of my favorite, because that's like, you know, J. Cole is probably like a big inspiration for me, just creatively, you know. He's really dope. But yeah, that's how that one came about. I hit him up. He sent me that one back quick too. Like everybody sent me, which I appreciate, because I did this whole project within like 2 weeks.
That's
I wrote
crazy.
everything and I recorded everything in a week, and then it got mixed and mastered within another week. So about 2 weeks total, this project was written. Production was made. It was written, recorded, mixed, and mastered.
Dude, I think some of the better projects like fall in line and like get done quicker.
Yeah, this is
Like-
the quickest body of work I've ever done. Like
That's
ever.
what's up, though. That's what's up. So, do you have a home studio, or what studio you work with?
Well, I used to record with my boy AC, who used to live here, but he lives in Texas now. Then I started recording with my boy Pablo. He lives in Lakeland, but then I started doing recording at my house. Well, attempting to. Like, I would do like references and stuff, but I wasn't really good at mixing, so I would just send my stuff off. So Miguel was actually the one who really like helped me with that. But during the process of the project, he would come over to my house, and we'll like work from like 5 in the afternoon to like 6 in the morning. Like, he'll stay like
dope.
2 days, leave, come back like every other day, and we'll just keep doing the same exact thing over and over.
dope.
So yeah, he actually recorded majority of it for me, like right in my living room. The whole project was out in my living room.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I think it's fire. Especially nowadays, we have that opportunity. And you know, back in the day, like, and I feel like some people still have that stigma, like, oh, it has to be in a studio, blah blah blah. For it to not. I mean, I think some of the rawest music can come like out of a small like interface, like just connected to a laptop. You know, the way industry set up. I mean, even Andy did one of his projects recently, like on tour with one of his interfaces. He just recorded the whole thing that way.
Yeah.
You know, and then they mixed and mastered it. I think, you know, because it's so like you can just tackle music and just kind of upload it.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that like went through your mind? Like, okay, on release date, like how do I release this? You ever worry about that as an indie artist? Like, am I releasing it right? Am I?
Yeah, of course, all the time. Because I don't have a team really. I have friends who help me like here and there. I have people that I've been going to consistently for like promotional stuff, you know. But at the end of the day, it's all me that's like picking the date, picking like the rollout, what to do, like everything so far. I was the one who planned it all, like from the first single to the music video to the rollout of the EP up until, you know, next week when it drops. So it is kind of tough because you're pretty much trying to balance like time frame to where everything is not all squished together, and also everything's not so far spaced out to the point where they forget. And it's like you're always constantly reminding them. It's like a decent gap in between, like, okay, wow. So like I actually got one person comment on a post, which is what I wanted them to say. So, and the way that I was promoting it, like with everything that it seemed like I was just dropping stuff consistently, and someone commented was like, dude, like you just like you're working like crazy, and I'm like, yeah, actually I wasn't. All this stuff's been done for like a while, so like yeah, like this is already like planned. So, but that's the key to promotion. You want to be able to show that, you know, like you're doing something. You're not just like sitting around and watching everybody else work. But yeah, it does definitely get tough.
Well, and I with this show, like I always like to show both ends of it. Like if you're an upcoming artist, I want you to know what goes into the project behind it, because a lot of people will think, well, you know, I get my project done and then I just put it out, or I get my project done and then I spam everybody with it. You know what I mean? Like, pause for a second, you know, think about what you got going on. Think about, okay, you record the music doesn't mean you have to put it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can sit on it for a while, collect it together, create an EP. Yeah. You can put a couple of songs together and then like roll out a project. You know what I mean? Yeah. And, you know, put it out with a music video first. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not the other way around. You know, and if you have the resources, obviously it's one thing, but I know there's plenty of people that want to do videos. There's plenty of people that want to do graphic design for your you know, and there's ways that you can learn yourself if you're that determined. You know, for me personally, that's how, when I started, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do my own graphic design. I'm gonna, you know, record myself, like, you know, the beats and productions. I even tried production at one point. I stopped because I'm like, I'm not like I could get the drums right, but as far as like the melodies and different things like that and the samples, I was like, let me just not get into this, because honestly, for me, I get obsessed with doing things, so I'll go deep into it. So like me, like personally, I do photography now, and I do videography and stuff like that. So like, pause. You know what I mean? And so when you're your own indie artist, you know, for people that are working on their music, I encourage them to, okay, you may not get it right the first time. That's fine. That's fine. But look for people who are willing to critique you, and don't surround yourself with yes men.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I feel like that's another problem is, you know, you get surrounded by your boys and everyone will hype you up. You'll drop your track and you're like, why am I not getting any love? You know, it's like you're around the same circle. Those three people will listen to it and hype you up. But like, other than that, like, they might not be honest with you otherwise. So, but, you know, with that being said, I do want to play your music video. I want people to see what Florida Boys is all about. You know what I mean? And then we'll play a little bit more of your music and then get back to talking more with Chris So here on The Hype.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Florida boy, all praise to the high, the Lord, and you can't even play the role. I'm overjoyed, see God really showing out for a Florida boy. Boy, they on a man, yeah, I don't even understand. Little boy, they on a man, yeah, I don't even understand. You're so cold like ice, never down bad. If you thought and think twice, I'ma stand on the man. We praising him for the life. You would think I wasn't sport by the way they always checking on my drive. I'm calling that Brody up like you know what it is. Guy out here going strong the way he rapping the Ville, but see he been there, dropping more bars than the Kit Kat, no chit chat. Devil tiptoeing like he riff rap, yeah. So give me the lane or give me the booth. I'm taking a chance and giving the truth. You want in advance, well give me the loot. I'm trying to be real, you trying to be cool. I don't really got nothing to lose. I ain't trying to play it safe. I'm just trying to save you. See, I'm a big time stepper, Florida boy. All praise to the high, the Lord, and you can't even play the role. I'm overjoyed. See, God really showing out for a Florida boy. Boy, they on a man. Yeah, I don't even understand. Little boy, they on a man. Yeah, I don't even understand. You know where I'm from. I don't care
about fame, I'm unashamed. I'm some 116. I just hear him talking, boy, you lame. Who you running with? Gotta watch your friends, gotta watch your sis. You know how I pull up on the phone, yeah, they call me. Gotta believe it, you know the spirit, I need it. Shout out to Jesus, you know we all in the feed it. I'm on a groove, I cannot lie, I got them leaning. I'm from the south, I'm from the hood, I gotta lead it. Oh, hear the difference in the voice. I know people run with toys, they not even little boys, they ain't never heard of joy. Wearing white like RG, I feel holy. Every time.
Hey, see, I'm a big time stepper, Florida boy. All praise to the high, the Lord. And you can't even play the role, I'm overjoyed. See, God really showing out for a Florida boy. Boy, they on a man. Yeah, I don't even understand. Low boy, they on a man. Yeah, I don't even understand. Okay, shit.
I've been on my knees, I don't have no company. It's just me, myself, and the one who gives me peace. Sun came up, rain gon' drop. Head held high, yeah, I'm gunning for the top. Gas on E, never gon' stop. I'ma keep it moving, got the thing gon' lock. Yeah, way too low, I'm feeling stuck. I swear I can't get no luck. I've been out on my own, nobody call my phone, and I've been ISO like we playin' 101, yeah. Tell me where you been, I've been setting trends. Yeah, I'm living life, but tell me where it is. Who gon' hold me down? Cause ain't no one around. God, I need your presence, take me high up off the ground. I know that like it's tough, they just hit me with a shrug. Like, man, who am I to trust? It's the second time around, I ain't even gonna frown. I'ma stay fly till we come down, yeah. I've been on my knees, I don't have no company. It's just me, myself, and I. Ain't no one who gives me peace. Sun came up, rain gon' drop. Head held high, yeah, I'm gunning for the top. Gas on E, never gon' stop. I'ma keep it moving, got the thing gon' lock. Sun came up, rain gon' drop. Head held high, yeah, I'm gunning for the top. Gas on E, never gon' stop. I'ma keep it moving, got the thing gon' lock.
Me pides que está allá arriba en el cielo. Siento que estoy caminando en el hielo. Habla claro, hace tiempo que no leo. Todo lo que yo trato me sale feo. Cuando todas las luces se me quieren apagar, siento que me dicen nunca me va a fallar. Tu motivo puro nunca voy a olvidar. La promesa tuya nunca voy a parar. I'm never gonna stop. Todo es verdad. Mi combo va a seguir hasta que estemos alta. Pa' que me pongan el class. No importa la casa, no importa lo que cuesta, sabes a chilloras.
I've been on my knees, I don't have no company. It's just me, myself, and I. Ain't no one who gives me peace. Sun came up, rain gon' drop. Head held high, yeah, I'm gunning for the top. Gas on E, never gon' stop. I'ma keep it moving, got the thing gon' lock. Sun came up, rain gon' drop. Head held high, yeah, I'm gunning for the top. Gas on E, never gon' stop. I'ma keep it moving, got the thing gon' lock. Yeah.
Yeah. We are back live on the hype with Chris Soul. Hopefully loved.
Yes, sir.
I know we're also gonna replay this interview again next Friday, so what's dope is you know, they'll be able to listen and then just you know, find it on Spotify, iTunes, wherever it's done. So you said my man recorded this project in like 2 weeks, right?
I recorded it in like 1 week.
1 week.
Yeah, it honestly it was like less. It was like, I want to say max was like 6 days.
That's dope.
Yeah, because I was doing like 2, maybe like some days I would do like 2 songs in a day. But sometimes I just do 1 just to like not rush things.
Yeah.
But I think what helped that whole process going in, I had no intention of doing an EP. When I first started recording, I just told like Ivila to come over and let's just work on music. I had no intention of doing an EP, so that wasn't like pressured for me to just do something. It was like once we started going, it was like, yo, like this is starting to turn into something, and it's really dope. So I was like, I think we should piece this all together.
That's
and
dope.
yeah, that's what we did. So
that's dope. I think also, you know, and this is advice for artists out there. Work close with a producer. Don't just try and like find someone's Mixcloud or SoundCloud and be like, oh, I like your beats, and then like I want that beat, and then you pick someone else's beat, and you pick someone else's beat. The sound starts to like change, and it doesn't really flow well. It might not be mixed the same. Then that's a headache. But you know, it's one thing for you to be excited to do music, but it's also another thing to do things where you're like working towards a goal, like and then on top of that, you built a relationship with the producer, so it's like more like, okay, this is the vibe I want. You can talk to him, and you can tell him, you know, okay, this is kind of what I'm feeling, and go from there. But you know, there's a lot of crazy things going along. You know, politics. We got November elections coming up. You know, obviously, I'm very not so much vocal online about it, but vocal like when I'm with my boys about it. To be honest with me, this is my vibe from it. Is like, these are the options we're given.
Yeah, they are.
It's really sad, because like the thing is, like I can clown Trump for being as arrogant and pompous and just nasty sometimes, you know. But then like I could see Biden and I could see you know, Kamala Harris, like I could see what they're doing, like pulling emotional strings. You know, I could see them trying to like just be manipulative with the way they are. So it's like when I see both sides, like I'm watching the debates and I'm just like, dude, that first debate made me laugh so hard. I was rolling because none of them they didn't want that moderator to talk.
It was like a kindergarten teacher trying to get her class to calm down. But here's the thing, like I was just talking to a few of my friends about it today and yesterday. I look at it like the world, like the way I view the world now, a lot of things that's been happening, they're all emotion driven. And like they're all like based out of like anger, you know. And although it's like okay to be angry, like you can't react out of anger. That's even like biblical, you know. So I feel like even with the media, a lot of people are like surface level, like they choose to pick their information right off the surface. Like someone says it, I always encourage, lately I've been encouraging people to do their own research, because half the things that the media tell you, back then it probably was a little more informative and true, but the media has become more of a money thing. So it's like, what is going to get people talking, what is going to stir up stuff, whether it's truthful or not, they're going to say it. And what sucks is people believe the first thing that they hear, to the point where the stuff that they're saying is easily a lie, and the research can be brought up right there to prove that they're lying, but no one is going below that surface actually.
No. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's true with a lot of things. There's also some hidden agendas behind things that are just like just finding their way out, and you know, I'm personally like hurt because I have a daughter, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then like to see stuff like Cuties come out on Netflix, you know what I mean? Like
I heard about that.
And it's
it
hurts like cuz like you know, and everything with like all the craziness with Hollywood and where it's going. And
well, it seems like what it seems like to me, it's like high school. It's like when the school is out for the summer, everybody's got a lot to do. COVID kind of gave us that summer to freely do whatever we want to do, you know, and people are just like, they're acting wild, bro. It's like, it's crazy. Like a lot of the stuff that's being stirred up, it's just like, I feel like it's all birthed in free time.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff that's going on, people just don't have much to do. A lot of what's going on is, we all know this, it's either left or right. It's either wrong or right, when in reality, the way I view things is from all, you know, levels, no matter what side you play a part, even with like the riots, the racism, all that stuff that's been going on. There's the root of all of that stuff is just hatred, bro. It doesn't matter which way you spew it. Racism is just a root of hate. That's the problem that we have here, and that's what needs to be addressed. Because if we lacked hate and we truly walked, you know, as Christ did, the love would be shown. It'd be evident.
Yeah.
So the people who are like claiming to be Christian, they have to know how to respond in situations like this, because when pastors and preachers are no longer in our lives, who is going to be the people pouring into us to let us know what's right or wrong? Because I feel like we look so forward to like our Sunday messages, our sermons, and our fellowship, and that's perfectly fine. But if you're so easily swayed and you believe every single thing that's brought up to you, what independence will you have in your own relationship with God? Yeah. Like, what will you actually be able to be like, you know what? I know no matter how many people tell me, you know, yes, or this is right, that's wrong. Like, it's the gift of the Holy Spirit, you know? That's stuff that you have to be able to, you have to know how to, like with the times that we're in now, you have to be wise enough to learn and to dive in deeper on your own without the help of anybody else. Because at a moment, that could all vanish, literally, and no one will pour into you but yourself.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where this leading now, and it's kind of scary, to be honest. But
no, I feel you when you say that, because it's like we have like some pastors that are scared to talk about these topics. We have people that are too nervous. Like, here's the thing. I think we can all agree that racism is wrong. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think if you're really out there saying that this is okay, there's something wrong with you.
Absolutely, yeah.
Can you know, you can also see that, you know, these cops are wrong for what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But are all cops wrong?
No.
No.
That's my point. Exactly.
That's the thing. And the thing is, you can take, let's say even crazier. Let's say it's 1,000 cases, right?
Yeah.
But you compare that to the other millions of cases that are out there of similar things going on. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not, Black lives don't matter. No, I'm not that. I'm not going to say all lives matter. I'm not even that person either. But it's like when we let the emotion dictate how we react.
Yeah.
And we let that because we're angry at the sin. We're not angry at the sinner.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're not angry at the sinner, and that's how God sees it. He's like, he's zealously angry at this sin that's infected us, you know? And I think the best thing that we can do as Christians is to just be a voice sometimes. Be like, yes, I get it. This is wrong, but
Yeah.
you know, there's also other levels of wrong. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like rioting
Yeah.
doesn't
It doesn't
solve
cause-
it.
yeah.
Doesn't solve the issue.
Yeah.
And I think with that, I understand where that comes from too,
Yeah, yeah.
because, dude, if that was a family member of mine,
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like a lot of people, they're looking at it as like, you know, riots are bad. Absolutely, they are. But can you understand why they're rioting? Like that's the point. You have
Yeah.
to understand why, even though it is wrong.
Yeah.
But there's a reason. They're not. Some people aren't rioting for fun. But like I said, there's good. In every corner of this world, there's good and bad. Everything doesn't
Oh,
matter
yeah.
what way you look at it. So we just have to choose to be able to respond to that differently. And that's where truly being saved comes into play. Because if you're like so happy and saved when everything's going great, then that's easy. Anybody
Yeah.
can do that. But like really being saved and walking like Christ did is being able to move and still impact people in times where it's hard. Like now, this is a very hard time to be living in. And because everything is like I told you, it's either left or right. People either agree with you or they don't.
Yeah.
And nowadays, people, if you disagree with them, that's like a death threat. It's like, bro, you either have to learn to agree to disagree, or we have to come to a common ground. But at the end of the day, this is the truth. Like,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not. And either we're going to be able to move, you know, without reacting out of anger and emotion, or we're going to tear this place down.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much all that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's funny because like whenever I have these conversations, like I'm like liberal to my conservative friends,
Yeah.
and I'm conservative to my liberal friends, you know, because you know it's not that simple, and I feel
Yeah.
like people trying this. Okay, well it makes sense. Box it in. It's
Yeah.
okay. And we can't just box it in.
Yeah.
That's not where we're at. That's not where we're at in the way things are. And yes, you know, there's certain things that you can't deny, and you as a Christian you shouldn't deny.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's, you know, like I've met Christians that are pro-choice.
Mm-hmm.
I met most Christians will say they're pro-life. You know, understanding their perspective, it's tough for me. But like, you know, I understand if they've dealt with someone who was raped in their family,
Yeah.
or someone, like, you know, there's
But yeah,
certain, you know,
that's the
there-
thing though. Like you said, that's a tough situation. But if you don't know, you should be open to be like educated. Because I'm not gonna. That's one place I don't want to like tiptoe on, because I know
Yeah.
like there's people and there's women who actually have been in situations like that, and we have to be able to like understand.
You can't, because as a man, I'm not gonna say I know
Yeah, I can't.
what a woman's body
Yeah.
should be, but at the same time, is like I also know that death is death.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing is, when we start saying, well, it's the arguments that crack me up, because it's like people will be like, well, it's not life on conception, but then they find a cell in the ice of
Yeah, yeah.
Mars, and they're like, there's life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't
Yeah.
say that. That doesn't make sense to me. That's that person, no.
Yeah.
Come on. But it's like the people that like have gone through something and they have a string attached to that. It's emotions, because the thing is, a lot of it, like we've been going back and forth. If we realize the root cause of like some of this anger and this hatred is people are coming from a place of emotion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been pulled over for no reason.
Oh.
I have had my car searched for no reason.
Yeah.
I have had excessive force on me for
Yeah.
no reason. So can I empathize with that? Yes. But
Yeah.
for the person that hasn't, they can't empathize.
They have no.
And the
experience for
thing
that.
is, as Christians, we should at least try to empathize first.
we have to.
Even if we've never been in that situation, so that when we talk to people, it's not out of like, well, this is right and this is wrong.
Yeah.
No, just say, okay, well, I can understand.
Absolutely, yeah.
I can understand being raped and want to abort the child because
Yeah.
you don't want that image.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like, you know, that's another gift of life. You know what I mean? So
and they
it's like-
bring up and from situations like that, they'll end up bringing like, oh, you know, you can do like adoption and stuff, and which still some women don't want to be involved in, because like if that was their case, that's like that wasn't birthed from a happy place, you know.
Yeah.
But then you have people who've been through situations like that and they love their kid, you know.
Yep.
So like it just, I don't know, it just depends. Very touchy topic.
Well, I
for
mean,
me, yeah.
and as a person that, me personally, it was funny. I wrote a song back in, I'm not going to date myself, so I'm not going to say the year. I wrote a song called Maria, and I wrote it from the perspective of like someone trying to reach out to someone who's scared and wants to have an abortion. And it was funny because like literally a year later, I was put in that situation. I wasn't married, and I was about to have my first child.
Yeah.
And God like literally threw that in my face, like flat out. Like, are you gonna be a hypocrite?
Yeah.
Like, and the thing is, you know,
That's
again,
not
it
hard.
wasn't my body, but I had to talk to my wife, and I'm grateful, you know, this many years later, because I have a beautiful daughter who, you know, is my world, and I can't imagine outside of my world. You know, she changed my life. So it's like we have those decisions. We have those decisions to make, and we have to be real with who we are. You know what I mean? We can't be fake about it. And being in what do you think? Okay, so like I know we can kind of get church hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like to talk to those people, like, because the thing is, I've been there.
Yeah, same.
I've been church hurt. When I had my first daughter out of marriage, I was, you know, suddenly, you know, this guy's a sinner, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, and for years, I struggled finding a home church. Even though I had a home church, I still felt like I felt disconnected because the way I got treated.
Yeah.
I feel like we can still talk to them through music. We can still talk to people and be real with people, because it's like, I know people have a hard time going outside of the four walls and seeing people from their perspective.
Yeah.
Because I know you guys got to do that show at Soundbar.
Oh yeah.
You know?
That was different.
What
It was
do you
cool.
what do you think that's like? Do you think you'll do more of that, or do you think you want to stick to the church route?
I can do both. The thing is, you have to understand. Okay, let's say all I do is go to churches and perform at a church. Usually, if people aren't saved, when they go there, they know what to expect. So they at least have an idea of why they're there. You know, not to say that doesn't matter. It does, absolutely. I feel like you can still be able to minister to that person through whatever it is that you do. But when you step into territories to where no one is expecting it, that's a different situation, because that's the people who need it.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people might say, you know, why would you perform in a club, or, you know, this and that. To me personally, it only makes sense. It's like, why would I preach to saved Christians my whole life when it's the people outside of the church that need Jesus? And not to say that, you know, people who are saved are perfect, because that idea and that mentality is honestly, that is what makes a lot of people church hurt. Because when I was church hurt, it was because I was upset or disappointed at a person who attended the church, and I was like, wow, this person said they were Christian and that's how they treated me, but that person wasn't God. So people, you know, are people no matter whatever way you look at it.
I feel that, because the thing is, like, if we really think about that conversation, we try to put Jesus and God, the Holy Spirit, we try to put it on our pastors or our youth leaders or our friend at church, and we'll literally, like, because we're hurt by them, oh, no, I ain't doing church. No, I ain't doing this. You know what I mean? And I think what kind of bugs me about that now, thinking about it, is like the church itself, and we could use metaphors for days, but the church itself is like a hospital. I see it as a hospital. Everyone's coming in there sick. You know, you can look at the pastors as like doctors. You can look at the leaders as nurses. You know, like you could see them that way. But you know that when someone works at a hospital, they still get sick working there. You know, the doctor can still get sick working there. You know, so they can go through their own pain and they can go through their own struggle. And if we don't like take that into account, what are we doing? You know what I mean? I understand, you know, there are people that are meant to encourage youth. So like the young CHH artists that are just tackling churches and going to youth conferences and doing that circle, more power to you. Me personally, I've given up the idea of trying to stay relevant and sharing my heart, sharing my testimony, and doing it the way I feel comfortable. So if my music isn't relevant for, let's say, my daughter who's a 12-year-old, I get it. Like I'm not gonna make her listen to my music. Be like, yo, why don't you listen to my music? No, you know, she'll bounce to my music, but it's like I also realize that what I'm doing, okay, maybe I'm doing this for an older crowd. Maybe I'm doing it for a bar. Maybe I'm doing it for a poetry club. Maybe I'm doing it for a hookah lounge. You know, maybe I'm doing it for something that's outside of this. And I get off stage. It's so funny because I'll rock my sets. I don't get too preachy. I do my songs back to back. I rock with the crowd. Give them that old school hip hop vibe. Afterwards, I always get one or two people. Yo, you Christian, man? Yo, what you were saying, that was dope. I needed to hear that, you know? And I've done events, you know, because the way I do the verb, too, I don't do it straight. Like, let's put a preacher at the end of it, or let's put a sermon, or let's put a worship group in the beginning or in the end. I just do a show. And I've had people come to the show and be like, yo, I didn't know this was Christian. And then they're like, yo, at the end of it, they were like, this is probably better than some of the church services I've ever been to. And that to me, I was like, ooh. Because when you let the music talk, when you let the Holy Spirit move on his own, that's when I think we're doing something right. Rather than trying to like cookie cutter it. Because I think America's good at processing things and making things a certain way for it to work. You know, the American church, it's the worship for 30 minutes. You know, the guy comes up, prays for the offering, maybe one more song, and then we go into the sermon. And that's every single thing. And then we end with a song, with a song, you know, and then the way the keys hit, that's the keys that go on your heart. You're like, oh, Jesus, I'm backsliding. I need to go to the front. No, I'm just kidding. But that's, you know, it becomes cookie cutter, you know, and, you know, I know there's churches that are out there just literally using this formula because that's all they know in their whole life. But I think there's ways that artists like you, artists like me, can just go out the four walls and do something different. But I want to thank you for coming, bro. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, Chris Soul, ChrisSoull. Twitter, same way. Spotify is just Chris Soul separately. No two L's. Everywhere else on Apple Music as well.
That's what's up. All right, we're gonna close the show with a throwback. I want to do "Can't Lose."
You can do that. That's cool.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. We out.
It's the junkie on the beat.
Look, lately when working, I feel like my God has been doing the most. Hard to be humble when there's so much people out dangling the road. I keep my faith. If he call me a now, boy, I pick up the phone. Yeah. They try to stop me, I'm smooth like Miyagi, boy, I'm in my zone. I don't condone in no violence, I keep it trill, just in case that's a reminder. G.O.D. is my designer, but I stay Gucci, so ain't no need to act Prada. Low-key, I might have a problem, but it's all good. I give it all to the Father, he always been at the top. Ain't no way we can stop, just aim high like Mariah. Yeah, I can't lose, even if they counted me out. Boss man with the master plan, he the living water in a drought. I came up, but I lost friends. Thank God he turned it all around. And I'm telling everybody, gather round. When nobody found, he gon' hold you down. I can't lose. 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 I move in silence like Judas, although I will not betray you. I know my God is a healer, but there is always a hater. I am not one for the fake. If you are rich, show me love, cause I know what I need the most. I'm high off his name like a drug. I had to pull up, hop out like I own the place. I was in the lead way before the race and got an honorary for the great display. I've been focused. We too lit, squad legit, so gon' ball like 10 assists. If I fall, I never quit. I done been away for a minute. Boy, I had to look at things different. Saw a new path and a whole new way. And really all they did was pave the way different. Pull me back up in no time, that low-key slow grind. Now it's showtime, I'm lit. Got the whole team in no staff, we gon' be armed right. I'm hooping straight off the bench, assist. I can't lose, even if they counted me out. Boss man with the master plan, he the living water in a drought. I came up, but I lost friends. Thank God he turned it all around. And I'm telling everybody, gather round. When nobody found, he gon' hold you down. I can't lose. I can't lose. I can't lose. I can't lose.
Against me like a free throw. Ooh, that's nasty. Free on my dogs like Lassie. If you don't touch fat or baby fat, hell, you might as well buy a casket. Ooh, I'm a savage. When it come to static, it get problematic. If you touch my lineage or cabbage, I can't have it. Most of my partners don't know who they bad is. It get tragic. Where I'm from ain't lavish. They grew up some bastards chasing cash and Gucci, and it usually came from lack of guidance. That's why I ain't moved by all these goofy acting rappers wildin'. It's astounding how much counseling we need for PTSD. I can't fathom the amount of counsel we need in the streets. It's offensive, that's why I'm not apprehensive with the tech. I was really in them trenches, then transcended out the checks. Don't believe me? Go ask Cease, ask Lil Early, ask K-Dog, hell ask Fat. I'm so swat, I scream Southwest when we make love. It's just in me, no pretending. My hands the only thing that is friendly. I don't need to be my Benz or a Bentley to have a whole slew of bops compliment me. The gold in my teeth was done complimentary. The flow is unique and low-key relentless. My goal is to speak to folk without bending the truth and to free the globe from pretending. Ooh.
I bet